Hey, this is Nick from Remedy667.com, and this is Horror Font Friday. Today we are going to be putting together this jumble of letters here from The Curse of the Crying Woman. This is from the opening credits of the American International version of the film. I wanted to do another set of the Mexican version of the film, which has a totally different lettering in the opening sequence. There's a higher quality version of that available on Pluto, but I was not able to get a good screenshot from it. So I might have to set something up with the camera later. But this is from YouTube. You can watch this for free on YouTube, and it's an English translation. The quality of video is not as good, but the movie's pretty awesome. So here we go. And we get a lot of letters because it's an opening sequence. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to select everything and just ungroup it. And we're going to start building alphabets. I'm sure we're going to run into at least 3. And it might be nice, and I'm not saying like 3 of everything, but at least 3 like of most things. Maybe 3 of everything, because it looks like a couple of these names are in here multiple times. There's a lot of Z's, C's, a lot of letters we don't normally get. So this could be good. All right, so let's build these one off. Something tells me we might get it all. D, E, does anybody see an F? G, here's an H in Henry. I, there's a J, but it's got a connection, but this one doesn't. I don't see a K. That's all right. L, M. I like the differences of M's. There's like lots of variation in here, which is really nice. Probably won't see a Q, which is really weird because in the Mexican version of the film, in the opening credits, there was a couple Q's, and I noticed it because it was like thinner than the O's. It was like a perfect circle. But I don't see any in here, which is kind of weird. T, do we get a U? Let's take Gustavo's U and his V. All right, so we will evenly distribute that and get it normal. So that's going to be our first set. There's a G, H, E. Looks like we did have an F. D. Holy moly, we might be able to get a lot out of here. P, H. And the variation in these is just great. So, and we'll be able to make some interesting variants from these. And if we're starting from at least 3, this will be pretty interesting as well. Because I'm thinking we'll be able to, I actually think I want to use those M's as W's because they're different enough. I don't remember what I was saying. Probably wasn't that important. No, I was saying that we would have the variation to do more than one set of alternates. So we'll have like 3 stylistic sets and we can alternate between them. There's also some interesting ligatures in here that we can grab before combining everything. There's got to be another N as I hover over another N. There's got to be another T. But that's the only other J I'm seeing, is that one up there. And I want to keep that C together for the CH. Same with that double R. It's really nice. E. G. I. L. M. Wow, look at that N. It's like totally different. From a different planet. I don't think I like it. I think it's too different. I want that N, I believe. But we will use this. That ARO is nice. Oh, there's got to be a good looking P. Didn't notice that Y the first time. As I'm taking away letters, it's kind of interesting what's like presenting itself that I didn't notice the first time, but now it's much more apparent. CD. So this one needs a K, which I'm going to make out of, there's a lot of really cool R's. So I'm going to make it from that. Whoops, that was... There we go. That's cleaner. We're going to make that smaller. So we still need a Q, which we'll make with an O. And then we just need an X, which seems easy enough. I'm going to make it from two ways. That one didn't really work very well. This A, I think because it's wider. Are we really going to sit through all this? Alright, so looks like we're going to need some F's. So we'll build one from there and one from there. I, we're going to build a J, And we're going to build it from this JU ligature. So what I'm going to do is just cut it right there. Cut that piece and that piece. And that actually gave us both J's. All right, now for a K, let's do it the same way with the R. And we'll do it with 3 R's. I don't see another R I really want to use. I guess I'm going to use this one. We'll reflect this. Okay, and rotate it around in a circle. And that will go right there. And this will go right there. That, and this one, like I said, it's going to have the same top there, but I think it's going to look a little different. JK, I need a P, which will also lead to a Q. Do I got a R that's a little tall? That way I don't have to. This one feels like it could be a P pretty easily. Q's. We got 2 different. And then I'm going to use the same crossbar R here. That one's going to be a little smaller. Was there another U? We'll use this one. It's actually the same as the J, which is kind of what we would have done, but in reverse. I'm going to take this A and make that the V, because it's nice and thin like the other V's we've used. And we're going to make a W from an M like we did before. If we got a M that looks thin enough, this one doesn't really, but I think we'll use it. And a Y there in Roy. We still got to find 2 X's. So actually, gonna make 1 X. With my Y. G, and then I'm going to make the other X with 2 K's that I made earlier. And that'll give us 2 pretty distinct looking X's. This one I actually want to wiggle that up. Wiggle that up a little bit. And then I just got to make 1 more Y. I don't know. I'm glazed over. I don't know what to do anymore. I'm just going to use this already cut A here. flip that around on this T. My nose itches. And run it in right like that. And that is a terrible looking Y. Doesn't really fit with this. It's a little thin, but at the same time, you know, this is a really strange alphabet. So that Q didn't group properly. So now when I line these up on the distribution there, they should all vertically be aligned, theoretically, because there's 26 of each of them, and that's giving a different center point to each. So there we go. That is our alphabet of the week from the English translation of The Curse of the Crying Woman. I'll see you next week.